Live from News 6 and clickorlando.com, this is News 6 at 9.
Hurricane Dorian slamming the Bahamas right now. The question is, how close will the storm come to Florida?
It's all but stalled over the Bahamas right now, still with dangerous levels of storm surge like this, widespread flooding and destruction. Hurricane Dorian should not be underestimated.
And that's why we have team coverage this morning here on News 6, tracking Dorian as mandatory evacuations begin on the coast. Good morning. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
I'm Bridget Ellison.
And I'm Justin Wormuth. We have been telling you all morning about the latest track with Dorian. We are just now getting that 8 a.m. update.
Yes, and meteorologists Troy Bridges and Candace Campos have the latest on the hurricane's track for us.
Yes. This 8 o'clock advisory, guys, doesn't have much of a change. We're seeing the 8 o'clock advisory still showing the movement west at 1 mile per hour. So it's practically stationary. You can see the wind still at 165 miles per hour, still a category 5, but down from those winds at 185 that we had yesterday. A category 5 likely making a turn at some point today, weakening to a category 4 and then weakening again to a category 3 possibly. But for this time period between 2 p.m. on Tuesday, is that today? No, that's tomorrow. Tuesday through Wednesday, it would be a category 4 weakening to a category 3 if you look at the center, but keep in mind that would be the eye of the storm that could wobble either way, east or west, looking more and more like it could wobble to the west, and that would be even closer to us. So this line would indicate the entire cone. So if we put the center of that storm right on that white line, that would mean hurricane force winds for areas that aren't even in the cone right now. So we have to keep in mind that all of Central Florida will at least be experiencing tropical storm force winds. We've got some rain, some outer bands already building in south of Daytona Beach. This area near Oak Hill seeing a little bit of rain, and then also inland into Kenansville and Holopah, and then back into southern sections of Brevard County. But more of this to come. Let's bring in meteorologist Candace Campos now. And Candace, here it is, 102 miles, the center from West Palm Beach, moving west, not making the turn yet. We need it to turn.
Right, and we need it to really stall out before it makes that turn.
Right.
Because it is such a powerful system, it does take a lot of energy to finally make that 90-degree turn, and that is what we are hoping for. So let's break down the watches and warnings. What does this mean for you? We're going to focus right now on the coastline. So we're talking Flagler, Daytona Beach, through Volusia County. You guys are under a hurricane watch. That means conditions are expected within the next 48 hours. We have a warning, meaning earlier conditions are expected for Brevard and further south. So what are we talking about when it comes to Dorian impacts for our coastal folks? A lot of people are now evacuating, watching it from inland areas, wondering what their homes are going to be experiencing in the next couple of days. Gusts 75 to 110 miles per hour, especially because this storm stays slow. Beach erosion still going to be a big issue. 4 to 8 inches of rain with isolated spots where we start to see those feeder bands rolling over the same areas. Can go up to about 12 inches. And then we are talking about some storm surge. And on top of that, we have king tides, meaning high tides are higher than normal. So these numbers could go even higher compared to what the slosh model. This is called the slosh model, with the National Hurricane Center models out those storm surges, of course, according to their latest track. This can all change at 11 o'clock. So we're talking 5 to 7 feet for areas across southern Brevard County, all the way down through Melbourne Beach, Mico, Palm Bay. You guys will be seeing storm surge up to 5 to 7. A little higher the further north you go. We're talking more of the northern Volusia and Flagler. We're talking 7 to 9 feet potentially by Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to break down our inland areas as well coming up in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Candace. And right now, the Category 5 Hurricane Dorian is still slamming the Bahamas, slowing to a crawl before it heads closer to our coast.
And this is what it looks like inside the eye of the storm. This is from NOAA. Ian Sears took this picture. And this one here too, you can get a really good sense of the stadium effect inside that eye wall. And though it looks peaceful, it's anything but on the ground.
This was taken by Steve Peace in Marsh Harbor, Bahamas. Just incredible video. The wind and rain just pounding the island relentlessly.
All that water needs somewhere to go. Unfortunately, it's flooding houses like this one in Abaco.
And outside, you can't tell where the ocean ends and land begins. It's just all swallowed there by the storm surge and floodwaters. Local media in the Bahamas is reporting a 7-year-old boy drowned and his sister is still missing after their family tried to seek shelter.